everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about why I decided to apply for a maths and economics degree. So if you've seen two of my previous videos where I talked about applying for a maths degree in 2019 to 2020 and applying this year for maths and economics, you will have kind of understood why I decided to choose each of those degrees, but I didn't really cover why I had a change of heart from straight maths to a joint maths degree. And obviously it's not a drastic change, it's not like I've gone from maths to like art or something. They are still relatively similar, but I just wanted to explain today why I decided to take a gap year and reapply for something slightly different, because I feel like that's the one part of things in my own uni journey that I've not really covered yet, and I just wanted to make a video explaining that to you guys today. So the first thing to say is that I have always enjoyed maths. It's always been my favourite subject at school and my strongest subject at school. So by the time it came around to year 12 and applying to universities and choosing your course choice, it seemed like the obvious choice to go for a maths degree because it was the subject I was investing the most time into. It was two of my A levels in maths and further maths, and it was what I was just most passionate about and was getting the best results out of, that it just seemed like the best choice. And definitely looking back, I don't think I would have told myself to do any different, because at that time it was the right decision for me to apply for a straight maths degree. But even at that point there was just always this tiny bit of doubt in the back of my mind that was like, is this the right choice? Do I actually want to do this? Do I want to do something else? And I think I very quickly brushed that aside and was like, don't listen to that little bit of doubt, because I kind of just convinced myself that it was just anxiety about maybe moving on to the next stage of my life, or just having such a big change. And the whole prospect of applying to uni and knowing I was doing early entry, there was a lot to worry about and a lot to think about, that I thought that was probably just manifesting in a bit of uncertainty about my course, instead of actually thinking through, am I actually making the right decision for myself? And things happened very quickly, because I was applying for early entry, I was doing admissions tests, and obviously I was doing year 13 and A levels and stuff at the same time. Everything was happening around me. My mental health wasn't in the best state either, so it all just happened very fast. Everything was constantly just go, and I didn't really have that much time to pay attention to the side of me that was like, am I doing the right thing? And I think that's how I got trapped in that bubble of just, yeah, maths is the right thing, just keep going, it's fine, you'll be fine once you get to uni. That doubt will go once you realise you're on the right course. And I think then once A levels were cancelled, we had lockdown, I had months to just sit and think things through. I really started to realise that it wasn't necessarily the right choice for me, and I also felt like the uni wasn't the right place. I talked about this in my last video, that I wanted to be in London, and I decided to firm Bath. So at that point I was having doubts about the location and I was having doubts about the course, and eventually that, combined with the virus and other things, I just ended up taking a gap year and starting from the beginning and looking actually at what course I really was going to be invested in and would feel 100% excited about. So having officially taken a gap year and having loads of time then to sit and think through all my different options, the two things that I realised were the main factors in deterring me from a straight maths degree was firstly the career prospects, and this is actually the same for maths and economics. They generally tend to be within banking and finance, and I knew that that was something I've never been interested in and probably never will be. So originally that is a big problem, because, or seemed like a big problem, because everyone seemed to go into those fields and I knew I didn't want to do that. But then I started thinking, okay, what is it I actually might want to do? And with a straight maths degree, I just couldn't really see any career prospects that really interested me. The only thing I was thinking about was teaching, and I knew that I didn't need to have a straight maths degree to do that. I could get into it from other areas, such as economics. So that wasn't essential to get into teaching if I knew I wanted to pursue that. And then I started thinking about other things I might like to do, and I have a few ideas of careers at the moment, but nothing set in stone, but generally they're all related to economics rather than maths, so that seemed like a better choice in terms of the degree. And the second thing that put me off straight maths was just the real world applications of things. I think at school I'd actually always enjoyed the pure side of maths a lot more. I'd like just the abstractness of it, and that is definitely the side of maths that I do want to focus on at uni. But I felt like with a straight maths degree, the areas that you get to apply it to the real world tend to be more related to physics, computer science, biology, chemistry, that kind of scientific side of things, which originally I thought I might be quite interested in. I used to think I might want to go into like biomathematics, something like that, but having done chemistry at A level, I decided that was not really my thing. I was much more interested in real world applications in terms of people, society, politics, all that kind of area, and economics was obviously going to be a much better option for that than then maths was, but taking the two together meant I would keep my options open. So having a joint maths and economics degree means I could apply it to areas related to politics and global issues and people and all that kind of thing I just mentioned, but I could also keep my options open in terms of scientific applications if I had a change of heart again and decided actually I wanted to look more into that kind of thing. I just felt like it gave me the best of both worlds. I wanted something that was highly mathematical. I wanted to still be able to study some of my pure maths modules and abstract maths, but I didn't want that to be 100% of my time, and I didn't just want applications that were more science based. I wanted something that would feed into politics but wasn't going to be too essay based, wasn't going to be too theoretical in terms of a lot of writing and things like conservatism, socialism, that kind of thing. I felt like would have been a bit dry. I wanted something that was mathematically involved with society and that kind of humanities side of things. So that is what led me to economics and wanting to combine it with maths, and that is where we are right now. I have applied for a maths and economics degree, and just to recap, I have applied to LSE, UCL, Queen Mary, Bristol and Sheffield, and if you want to see how the application and process has been so far, then make sure to check out my previous video where I've talked about any offers and rejections I've received so far and what my current thoughts are on why I decided to apply for those 5 uni choices. But anyway, going back to why I decided the actual course choice, I think the final thing that probably tipped me over the edge was the career opportunities, and as I mentioned a minute ago, I couldn't really see anything that I was interested in with a straight maths degree. I knew it would open up a lot of doors, and there were probably areas that I hadn't even found out about yet that I may have been able to go into and really enjoyed, but I just felt the options weren't really something that inspired me so much. But when I started looking into economics, I could see a lot more things that I could really see myself doing in the future and that I found so interesting and that I really started seriously considering. So I think the career prospects of a joint degree was something that eventually really tipped me over into definitely committing to having economics as at least 50% of my degree. So as it stands at the moment, I think I have maybe 4 fields of careers that I'm potentially interested in, and I appreciate that it's quite a lot, and it's quite hilarious because they're all completely unrelated, and obviously my mind will probably change a lot of times. I'm a massively overly ambitious person and also a very indecisive person, which isn't always the best mix. But in case this is interesting to anyone, the careers I'm considering at the moment is possibly teaching. This is something I've basically gone on and off my entire life. I've thought about it a lot and then thought, no, actually I want to do something else, and then gone back to it and then got off it again. So maybe that kind of suggests something there. But at the moment I'm really seriously thinking I might like to be a secondary school teacher. I think I've always really enjoyed school myself and found it a really nice environment to be in, and I feel really strongly in the power of education, and I like just being in that kind of academic setting, being able to have like interesting and intellectual discussions with people, and it's something I can really see myself doing. So that is something I'm definitely thinking about a lot at the moment, and obviously I could do that with either a maths or economics degree. So for that one it didn't really matter what degree I chose. But something else I thought about was journalism. Again, this has been something I've been interested in for quite a while. I really enjoy writing and I also really enjoy politics, as I've mentioned, so that kind of combined them two perfectly. I thought I could go into like political economics or something like that in a journalism field, and that's something that I thought I really might quite like to do, and obviously I'd need an economics degree to do that instead of a maths degree, so that swayed me a lot more towards economics. And something else that I've actually found out about really recently is health economics, and I'd really like to specialise in mental health economics, which is probably a relatively new field, but it's basically all about allocating resources to places that need them and kind of investigating new policies that would allow us to increase access to mental health services in this country and allow more people to get the help that they need. Or you can also go into the research of like socio-economic factors that make certain groups of people more vulnerable to mental health conditions and why this is, and why maybe certain people don't get as much help as other groups of people and why it's less accessible to people and things like that. And mental health has been a massive part of my own life, and it's something again that I feel really strongly about, and I think if I could have a job that would make a real difference in that area, I would really love to do that. So again, that is something that I would need economics for and not maths. So those are kind of the 3 main options I'm considering at the moment. Something else I thought a little bit about was data analytics and data science, that kind of thing, because I do quite like statistics, and obviously that's more of a mathematical thing, so it wouldn't necessarily need an economics degree. But I wanted to go into maybe the economic side of it. I wanted to work for maybe like the UN or European Commission or some big intergovernmental organisation where I could be doing the data of certain budgets or certain policies, things like that. So generally my point is that most of the careers I've been considering needed some sort of economics expertise to allow me to get into that field and to allow me to get onto relevant masters and postgraduate qualifications. I needed some sort of background in economics, but I didn't want to completely lose the maths either, so eventually that brought me to the conclusion of maths and economics together. Anyway, that now brings me to the end of this video. It was a little bit of a random one today. I just felt like this was an area that I wanted to really explain because I felt like I'd covered every other part of my Ucas journey so far, that I just wanted to explain that little bit of a gap in why I made that decision to change my degree. So I really hope that this has been interesting to you guys. I hope that if you're considering similar degrees or you're already on similar degrees, then this has been interesting or helpful for you to watch. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you're doing a similar degree or you're considering doing a similar degree, and also what kind of career opportunities you're thinking of, because I'm really interested in seeing what other people's ideas are, because obviously I'm not completely set on anything myself, so it's really interesting to hear different perspectives. And finally, if you want to see more content talking about sixth form, gap years, uni applications, then don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. Bye!